Hello, my name is Lyrics Dribbler. My profession is statistics and programming. Follow me on Instagram @handlings254, or email me for any help on handlings254@gmail.com. I will be your tutor for today. Thank you. Let's begin with today's lecture. Today our focus shall be Python variables. In Python variables we shall focus on 1. Definition of a variable. 2. Functions of a variable. 3. Rules when creating a variable. And lastly we shall check on types of Python variables. Definition of a variable. A variable is defined as a container for storing values. Thus in Python a variable is created when you assign a value to it. Let's create a variable that identifies a person. The variables that can be associated with a person are 1. Person's name, person's age, person's location address and many other. Let's say we want to use a person's name, so the variable name will be the name of the person identified, and we use equals sign to assign a value to a variable. In our case, let's say a person is called Lyrics Dribbler and he lives in Kenya. Then the variables will be the name and location, which will be assigned the values Lyrics Dribbler and Kenya respectively, as shown in example 1 and 2. The variable that are qualitative in nature can be represented in opening and closing speech marks, thus are referred to as strings. Thus in example 3 we shall use an integer value to assign a value to a variable salary as shown. To print the respective values on the screen we shall call the built-in print method in Python and pass in variable arguments such as name, location, and salary. Remember that in Python syntax we do not use a semicolon to end a Python command, rather each Python command is written in a new line as shown in the examples. In the second example we will assign multiple values to multiple variables in one line. Let's say we have 3 students, John, Jane, and Tom. John likes to eat oranges while Jane and Tom like to eat bananas and cherry each respectively. In this example variable name John shall be assigned a string value orange and Jane and Tom shall be assigned string values bananas and cherry respectively as shown. If we call the built-in print function and pass in variable argument, John, Jane, and Tom, we shall get a return value of our fruits. That is, we shall get oranges, bananas, and cherry respectively. Suppose in the third example, John, Jane, and Tom both like oranges. So in this case variable name, John, Jane, and Tom both have to be assigned one string value, and that is oranges. There are 2 ways we can get this information and print to the user, one of them being that we assign each person a value orange in each line of code, or we can assign everyone an orange value in one line. The best method would be assigning both people a single value because it will help your code to be readable and also eases debugging. Thus if we call the built-in print method and pass in respective variable name as an argument, we shall get back our oranges as the return value in each method call. Functions of variables. The major function of variables is that it acts as a storage container to hold values in form of strings, integers, double, float, boolean and many more. Rules on variable creation. The rules are that 1. A variable name must start with a letter or underscore character. 2. A variable name cannot start with a number. 3. A variable name can only contain alphanumeric characters and underscore. 4. Variable names are case-sensitive. Example: lowercase age is different from uppercase age. Types of variables. There are two types of variables. 1. Local variable. 2. Global variable. Local variable. A local variable is a variable that is created inside a function. That means it can only be accessed by the operations inside the function itself and not the operations outside the function. Example: let's create a function that prints the hello world on screen. The local variable shall be the message which we shall give the hello world string value and print it to the screen using the print method. The variable message can only be used in the function sayHello and not outside the sayHello function as shown. Global variables. A global variable is a variable that can be used both inside a function and outside a function. Example: to transform our variable message from our previous example to a global variable, we need to write the variable outside the function as shown. Another way of transforming a local variable to a global variable is through the usage of global keyword as shown. That's it for this tutorial. Thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe and give us a like.